Hey y'all, let's go ahead and get a message out. I really miss you guys, so I wanted to record today. So let's see what's up. We have remothering. So this is gonna be a deep one. Not me sticking my face out in the back like remothering. Okay, remothering. So a lot of us right now are remothering, and it looks different for everybody. It looks different, especially if you're really on that journey, especially if this is something that you really want to do. Reparenting, period. Reparenting yourself, period, takes a lot, especially if you've ever lost a parent, father or mother, period. But outside of just loss, when you are fractured and you know it and you're not in denial and you're ready and you're moving into a space of unmasking and doing the work, as they say, this is literally one of the hardest things you can ever do in that space is remother yourself. It is one of the most difficult tasks that you can take on as an adult who's aware. Awareness is key. And so we remothering, and I was saying we mothering. It may take a village for some, right? It may take a village for some to really get into the depths of what this means. And in order to do this, you have to reflect heavily. You have to really decode. You have to decode a lot of your childhood. You have to decode a lot of the mechanics behind why you operate the way you operate, why you do the things that you do, why you are the way that you are currently versus last year, the year before that. The reflection is endless, okay? Sometimes the reflection is something you have to be aware of as well, because you don't want to get stuck in reflection, but you have to kind of get stuck there at some point to really do your internal research, okay? Your internal research. So someone here can be on a journey of internal research. I'm always talking about those wires on the inside of us that sometimes have to get rewired so that we can really show up authentically. Showing up authentically is not about showing up online on TikTok. It's not about Instagram. It's not about none of these people, places, or things. It's like showing up authentically in your own body, in your own journey with self. If you're a believer in Christ, then you understand a lot about that journey of dying to your flesh and listening and trying to hear God often enough to be on your journey. So, very similar to taking some of that doctrine and moving into the space that I'm in right now, you have to be tuned in and tapped in and listening. You have to be in a mode of reflection. You have to be accessible to spirit in order to even remother yourself, in order to even know that that's the medicine for this season, right? So I said enough there. Let's go ahead and get some cards out and see what's really going on in the background. Family could have triggered this. It could have been I'm hearing like a job loss. That's random. It could have been like a job loss that triggered this, that was like, this was supposed to be destabilizing, but I don't want to be unstable. So I'm gonna deal with whatever this is that's coming up. So it was a choice that was made, right? Out of something that was supposed to destabilize you, but it did not quite destabilize you in the way that it was supposed to, in the way that you could have let it, essentially. Not let me not say supposed to, but in the way that you could have gone. You could have gone another route, but you're choosing this route, which is actually harder, but it's going to pay off better, right? We have Ace of Swords. So Ace of Swords coming out, letting me know that there's a lot to be said. There's a lot to be said here. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of truths. There's a lot of revelations that are going to be coming up. It's going to be mental. It's going to be a lot of mental work. It's going to be a lot of mental shedding. But it's a gift. The Ace of Swords is coming through as a gift. The Ace of Swords is coming through as clarity, but not without work. And that's where that's just where I am too in my personal life. Like, can't nothing come without the work. Nothing can come without the work. No apology, no nothing. Nothing is coming out. Someone's gonna say coming out, nothing's coming out. Maybe because I am intuitive and this is what I'm doing right now, I am literally feeling someone feeling like they haven't been able to get something out. And then the Ace of Swords comes out. So something's coming out. Maybe this is a conversation, the truth or something. Listen, the moon and the 10 of Wands. Listen, something's been heavy in the background. Something's been heavy in the shadows. Even this remothering card has a black background. Something's been very heavy. Something could have been years. Could have been years of holding this in, right? Could have been a huge I'm hearing streak of in denial that this is the medicine. Sometimes we truly make the journey harder when we wait. And this 10 of Wands is reminding me of someone waiting, knowing the truth, knowing what they need to do, knowing how to get through something, get past something, but waiting for whatever, and what you've been waiting on is you. Sometimes we are what we've been waiting on. Okay, and so I love this message already. The High Priestess, right? So it's definitely time to tap into really being quiet about some of the things that you're finding. Sometimes when we're reparenting ourselves, we want to tell everyone what's going on with us, what we feel, what we've seen, what we know, and how what they're doing has been the problem this whole time, and they need to you gotta change. It's something that has to change is the way that you deal with what's being gifted to you. When you get that knowledge and when you get that nudge and when you get that truth, what do you do with it? You have to learn how to hold it solid. You have to learn how to sit on your throne and observe. Allow things to pass without you jumping the gun and trying to again solve problems. That's generational curses. Some people be trying to solve problems, baby. That's a curse. That's not a problem. Go and sit down. Leave it alone. That's a curse. That's not a problem. Okay, so just sit down. Observe. Stay calm. Like they say, stay calm. But, wow. And with this moon and the remothering, it makes me feel like someone truly thought this was impossible. They thought they would never be able to remother themselves. I have the 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I'm sure that someone felt like, damn, like I'm just gonna be fucked up forever. I'm accepting it. I'm gonna just be fucked up. That's just what I'm gonna be, because I don't know nothing else. But you do. You have to accept that knowledge. You have to really go ahead and stop being in denial that you need a certain type of healing. You might not need the healing that you saw that other person going through. You might not need the healing that you saw online from your favorite influencer. Like, oh, let me do what she's doing. Maybe that's gonna give me where I need to go. You need to go all the way deep down and start digging up, right, what you have going on. So I'm gonna pull one last one. I'm gonna let y'all go. This is a bit emotional. Okay, this is a heavy one. So I hope that it serves whoever it needs to serve. I've done a great deal of this myself. I know a little bit about reparenting. Okay, I know a little bit about this. So I've done a lot of this myself. So I love speaking on this topic. Okay, we have Lanyard, my favorite card out of this deck. The whole deck is my favorite, but I love this card. This means that there's more to come. There's more after pain. There's more after trauma. There's more after, wildly, I'm getting CPTSD. So someone could have childhood PTSD. Someone could really be like, damn, I don't want to go back there. But there's more to your story when you dig that up. There's more to who you are when you dig that up. There's more than the trauma. You find pieces of you where you disassociate. When you go back to where you've disassociated from, you find pieces of you. You find pieces of your story. You find pieces of, this is who I really am. Wow, like even behind that hurt and that pain, I learned how to do this when I was 9. I learned how to do that when I was 10. I learned how to do this when I was 13. And no wonder I'm so good at that, because of all that. So sometimes you have to dig through the clutter to find like that missing gem that can literally change how you heal yourself. It can change how you talk to yourself. It can change how you interact with other people, especially people in your family. So the perks of remothering yourself is the title of this reading. The perks, okay? This is literally a pearl inside this oyster, okay? So there's benefits. There's benefits to going through this journey, and I think someone needed to hear that. So I love y'all. I'm going to leave y'all with this message. Hit me up. Let me know if you liked it. And I'll see you in the next one.